How's that? Hey, everybody, welcome back. Welcome to today's program. I guess it helps if you turn the microphone on. I have found that this seems to be working more effectively. Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's show. This is your bit of a motorcycling event and news show for this week. And as you can hear, I've got a little wiener dog in the background just going crazy. So hold on a second. Let me get him. Come on. Come on in here, Dewey. So for today's motorcycling event and news show, we've got a little bit of everything going on. I decided to kind of smash it all together and do news and events for today. As always, I can see your comments, so feel free to peek in and say hey. My microphone should be working now. Somebody just peeked in and said no sound, but I think I've got it. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. So let's get started. First things first. Harley Davidson announced this past week or so that it is going to be leaving India, and it's also going to be discontinuing the street and the Sportster in Europe. So some really big news over at Harley Davidson for the overseas viewers. But have no fear, Sportster and Street are not leaving the U.S. lineup. It's going to still be here. It's still going to be around here in North America. But unfortunately, due to the much stricter emissions standards and guidelines that are happening in Europe, they've decided to go ahead and pull the Street and the Sportster from the lineup. So again, I was just mentioning how Harley Davidson has decided to go ahead and pull the Sportster and the Street models from their European lineup for next year, which is some really big news. They got hit with the emissions that are going to be happening in Europe next year, and a lot of companies are definitely in panic mode trying to figure out how they're going to skin that cat and make that happen. Again, don't worry, Sportster's not going anywhere in the lineup for North America. This strictly hits the European market. However, they've also announced that they're going to go ahead and pull their operations from India, which is a really good sized market. So this is really surprising news. And they've gone to all this trouble of putting in this infrastructure. They do manufacture motorcycles in India for the Indian market. And then that means that they also have a dealership network already set up. So what's going to happen to that? Like who's going to step in there and take advantage? Well, somebody has stepped. Player 2 has entered the ring officially, and it just was recently announced that the Hero brand over in India, which is a huge mega power sports company in India, they're in some talks. Again, this is very much on the down low, insider information. None of this has been announced, but this would be a really interesting partnership because Hero definitely dominates in smaller displacement in Indian market. And so it's kind of interesting to see, like, are they interested in learning the ins and outs of building bigger bikes in India? Because again, Harley Davidson did have and does still have manufacturing going on in that country. So is this like a learning opportunity for Hero to step in? Is this a chance for them to get a little bit more reach into the dealership market? That all being said, Hero Motorcycles has been known to pull some shenanigans. If you are a fan of Eric Buell, you know that one of the multiple times Eric Buell has tried to relaunch his brand. God bless Eric Buell. He's a genius. He just climbs into bed with the wrong people. Hero absolutely screwed him over several years ago and took all sorts of intellectual property and all sorts of shenanigans and tossed him to the curb. And so there is definitely some question marks and a little bit of nervousness about Hero and Harley Davidson climbing into bed together in order to do business in India. So this is definitely some very breaking news going on for the folks over at Harley Davidson. Speaking of some new bikes and new things that are going on, I wanted to go ahead and also just put up on the page real fast this absolute stunner from a company called Langan Motorcycles. If I remember this correctly, this is a British company, and that is a brand spanking new, look at the exhaust pipe, two-stroke motorcycle. That's right. While everybody else is fussing and crying tears in their beers over motorcycling emissions, the folks at Langan Motorcycles have said, we got zero fucks because we're going to go ahead and build a two-stroke in this day and age. The bikes are absolutely gorgeous, and they've got a beautiful price tag to match. Go check them out, and feel free to go look at their social. The bikes are absolute stunners. Again, I just thought that was really neat and fun, and I figured I just would show it to you guys. So speaking of new bikes, the folks over at BMW have released another super high performance machine based off of the S1000RR. This is called the M1000RR in BMW Geek Speak. From the auto side, the M denotes that it is a high performance vehicle, and they've decided to start using that M logo over on the motorcycle side for their high performance motorcycles, high performance parts, limited edition parts, ultra lightweight parts, carbon fiber parts, blah blah blah. They're changing all of that. They used to call it HP. It now is being referred to as M. So this is the M1000RR. It's brand new from BMW. I believe it has out of the box 215 horsepower. This is going to be one of the highest horsepower bikes that is available to the consumer. I'm sure that they are considering this to be more of a track day, road race type application, but I mean, you can buy it. It's for sale. And that's new from BMW. This beautiful bike is not an old Honda. That is a brand spanking new Honda CB350. This is brand new news. This was just released. I am absolutely in love with this bike. This is going to be also for India market. While we are sharing some India news, that is for reals a brand new Honda CB350. It has LED lights, of course. It has upgraded braking, of course. It's fuel injected, of course. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at how kick-ass that little bike is. That is going to be for India market. It looks like Honda is looking to go dip their toe in the water and take the lunch right out of the mouth of the folks over at Royal Enfield. They are definitely attempting to go head to head with that retro styled smaller displacement bike. Unfortunately, the price tag is going to be not quite double, but definitely 1.5 times of what Royal Enfield sells for over in India. So while they are so close on how beautiful this beautiful little bike is, and I would be pumped if this came to the US market, I'm not really sure it's going to be coming anywhere. I don't think it's going to be coming over here, but I really wish it would. But it's absolutely gorgeous. This is India market only. Again, that is a brand spanking new relaunch of the Honda CB350. Now, some event news that's going on. International Motorcycle Show, which would normally be running, it would be starting next month-ish. End of November is when the International Motorcycle Show starts here in the U.S. Has gone the way of EICMA, Intermot, and just announced in the last 24 hours the Tokyo Motor Show, Tokyo Auto Show. They have all been canceled for 2020. Not a huge surprise. IMS is also going to be canceled for 2020. I don't think they've flat out said that yet, but it's happening because what they've released instead is a press release today. Again, this is breaking news that they're going to make a bit of a switch up, and they're going to change their International Motorcycle Show to an all outdoors show format, and it's going to be in the summer of 2021. That's awesome. That's what they should have been doing. That way people could test ride bikes. I get why it's tempting to do it in the winter. There's not a lot going on, and there's a lot of new product that's getting ready to roll out before season starts. But there's only really 2 locations you can do demos during the winter, and that is the Deep South and the West Coast. So they only really could run demos at Long Beach, and that's like kind of a bummer. People want to come and ride the bike. It's cool to see the bikes, but it's more rad to ride the bikes. And I personally am going to just go ahead and say that I have been saying this for years now, that this show needed to turn into a literal outdoor lifestyle show. This show needed to go ahead and embrace RVs, Airstreams, trailers. I mean, it's all encompassing, right? Motorcycle people do it all. We like to pack up all of our stuff and go have fun. And we drive big trucks and we attach trailers to them and we are van lifers, as my Vantastic shirt says. We're van life people. So why in the hell have they not been doing a show that has all of those things at one place? Well, it sounds like they're finally going to get their shit together and they're going to do it that way. So this looks to be a really interesting and exciting new show format. So I'm pumped for them. So a round of applause for the folks over at the International Motorcycle Show. Again, that will be kicking off next summer. Now for some events that are coming up. Speaking of Europe just a second ago, this is going to be a show that's going to be happening over in Europe. This is a race from the Dirt Track Racers Association going on over in England. Round 1 is this weekend at King's Lynn. Sunday, October 4th. Again, you can go check out more information about this event at DTRA at Dirt Track Riders Association social media. Here in the US, a very fun flat track dirt track racing weekend is about ready to kick off. It is at the Yamaha Atlanta Short Track presented by Law Tigers. This is a double header. This is 2 days of racing in Woodstock, Georgia. So my southern friends, you should be putting this on your calendar. So this is going to be on October 2nd and on October 3rd. But look, it's a triple header because the night before all of that, there is Outlaw flat track races in Georgia as well at the Sonoya Speedway. So this looks rad. This is two-wheel racing. This is the flat track race going on Thursday, October 1st. So now look at what that is. It's Thursday night, Friday night, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday racing going on down in Georgia, flat track racing. So that looks like a hell of a good time to meet. So if you are in the Georgia area, you definitely should be putting that on your calendar. Again, that's 3 whole nights of dirt track, flat track racing going on this weekend in Georgia. This is one of the final weekends for our friends over at Pro Motocross. Their season is running super jammed up because of the COVID. They had to delay a ton of racing, but they've got a couple more races going on. This weekend is in Colorado at Thunder Valley Motocross Park. That is this weekend for Pro Motocross. My friends up in Wisconsin, my good buddies up there, always do this ride. It's the Slimy Crud Run. This goes on twice a year. There's a fall ride and there's a spring ride. This is the fall edition. It is Sunday, October 4th. This is from Pine Bluff to Leland and back. This is vintage bikes. This is Cafe Racer bikes. This is super rad bikes. This is just for fun Slimy Crud Run ride. It's just a ride, a hang. They're embracing social distancing and all that jazz. This is not any sort of like rally. This is just a really fun day to spend with your friends riding through beautiful parts of Wisconsin. Again, that is this Sunday. Go find them on the interwebs if you want to look for the start and kickoff times and all that good stuff. They are out there on the social media. Again, that is Sunday up in Wisconsin, the Slimy Crud Run. Next on the calendar for me, and this is your early warning for a doubleheader weekend going on the 16th and 17th in Shelbyville, Tennessee. This is 2 nights of kick-ass racing going on. This is the celebration of speed. The 16th is going to be a speedway type race, which is those super rad, ultra lightweight bikes with 0 brakes. That's going to be going on October 16th. There's folks coming from California to come race this event. There's folks coming from all over America to come race this event. This is going to be a huge, big deal. That is the 16th, and the 17th is a more traditional flat track style race. This is going to have a bunch of different classes, but it's also going to be featuring a really good hooligan race. So this looks like a great time. I will be doing the announcing duties on Saturday, October 17th for the flat track race. Of course, that's what I do out here. So I'm going to be announcing that race on the 17th. I am probably going to go down on the 16th, though, just to spectate because I love speedway racing. And there just is not enough of it out here in the Midwest. So I'm probably going to be going to that on the 16th, but I will definitely be at the race on the 17th. So hopefully I will see you there. If you're in the Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, Alabama, Georgia area, you should be coming to this kick-ass event. Again, that is the 16th and 17th in Shelbyville, Tennessee. They are out there on the social media. You can go find their flyers. Again, Celebration of Speed weekend in Tennessee. What do you guys think about that? Awful lot of news and some cool events and my little wiener dogs fighting behind me on the couch while I'm trying to do a show. So this is Dewey. He's clearly a maniac. He's just about 2.5 months old. He is completely crazy. And they are definitely wrestling and chewing on things that they should not be chewing on behind me while I'm doing today's show. But thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. I appreciate you. Hopefully everything sounded and looked okay once I turned my microphone on. Dewey did chew on the cable to my camera, and I can't tell if it's operating quite correctly or not. So let me know in the comments. I always go back and rewatch these shows anyway and peek in and say hey to you guys. But thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Have an awesome day no matter where you are out there in the world, and I'll see you on Friday. Huge thanks to my show partner, Vroom, Vroom Retract Vac, VroomYourRoom.com. Thank you so much for my product partner for this past month, Cardo. I got it completely installed and put into my helmet. I can't wait to ride with it. It is absolutely beautiful. It came in this gorgeous box, packaged beautifully. It has everything you need to install it. It was a breeze. It took 5 minutes. I can't wait to use it. Thank you so much to my friends at Cardo. TwoStrokeTees.com. We still got t-shirts for sale. All Things Motorcycle, the podcast. I swear, I say it every week. I promise I'm going to get episode 3 done. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. And of course, Choppertown Nation, we can't do it without you. Have a great day, and I will see you on Friday.